technical filming conditions. I'm Josh Lewis, you're watching Vital. We're here with my bike in a snowy Warncliffe. I am 25 years old and I'm 5'9". Santa Cruz 5010cc and it's a medium. I've ridden this bike since the Trans-Cascadia, which was in October. A few months now, it's been mint. My favourite thing about this bike really, well, it does everything. I'm always blown away at how versatile it is, but this year is a lot stiffer than previous years. It's got an extra upright on the swing arm, which I think must help, but it's just like jumping into like rough stuff, you're just straight and you just, yeah, there's no squirm, it's mad. I've had a free coaster on this one, that's been sweet. Free coaster basically, I haven't got it on, I change it in between depending on what I'm riding, but basically just when you're going backwards you don't have to pedal backwards, so just with 180s and stuff you just keep your feet level. It's a BMX thing really, but it's so fun, new aspect of riding for me, I love it. I usually just go for like a 30% sag on the shot and just sort of get a rebound to where I'm happy, and then forks usually like 100-105 psi, 1 or 2 clicks of low speed and just ride it in. I've not touched my suspension since getting it, so yeah, it's just feeling good. Like my base pressures, like I said, I go for 30% sag on the shock, that's just always been my base. And then I get it to where it's not feeling too bouncy, so hit a few runs up. If it's feeling too squirmy, then slow it down a bit. And yeah, just try and keep it the same for every track really. If it's steep, I put a bit more pressure in the front just to bring it up. It's never really looked too much into it. I have 3 air spaces in the forks as well. Creates less space in the air chamber, so it's like ramps up better, so like you're not just diving through. It's got the Eddie Masters rear mud tyre on, he reps that, rear spike, he loves it. But then yeah, I love a high roller 2 grip, so a bit backwards from what people are used to. Usually it's a spike on the front, but for like climbing in British winters and then like braking for, it's just good braking and getting on cambers, you just know your back's got the grip. So rear downhill tyre as well, and DD front. And then pressures usually like, I go like 30 front, 32, and then just again, add or take if it's wet, or if there's a jump trail, go up to like 40s sometimes if it's like whatever trails are demanding really. My bar width's 760, rise, what Alan sends me. I'm really particular about my brake, like biting point. If it's off or not the same, it gets to me. It's got to be exactly the same both sides, and I have them like fairly close to the bars compared to other people. I've found that it's like I'm close. I feel like it helps with arm pump just because like your fingers are close, not reaching as far. At racing, high is good because, well, you see like Loris Vergier and people like that who like have them really high, and that does Mark as well, has them high. It's like takes the angle so that the force of the bar does come through your hand instead of being like that and you're reaching, you having to hold on. It's like it's sort of rest your fingers. But then if I'm like throwing bar spins or whatever and they're high up, you just end up catching your bars, so then like drop them down if I'm playing. I'll always catch them. I hate it, but I can't help it. Like do a bar and catch the lever. Yeah, fresh grip day for me today. I love it, get fired up. Fabric sent me these to try out, so yeah, they're feeling real good. There's a collection of things I'm most particular about on my bike really. Brakes are one of them. If my brakes are out and it's just feel like I've never ridden a bike before, and then suspension as well. If I'm like, if my rebound's too fast or there's just something not right, I have to stop and figure it out, and then once I'm happy, I'm happy. But dentist. Fucking dentist. Right, start again. Special mods for this bike. I've not got it on for today's riding, but the free coaster that I've been trying out has been so fun. But yeah, just reason why I didn't have it on today is just because of the gap in the pedals. Like you have a full quarter crank before it engages, so it's kind of like pedaling with no chain on for a quarter of a turn, so it doesn't really make sense on like pedally trails, but for like playing around and 180 in and doing stuff like that. New aspect of riding for me that I've learnt from BMX, so just yeah, really enjoy that, and I'll be doing loads more of it in future. Saddle I've been loving. It's like, this is another little fabric piece that we've been working on, but it's just a lot deeper, and you don't have like, when you have like a thin spiky saddle, like when you're riding trails, it sort of nips your leg, and like, or like if you crash and get stabbed, it's just not nice knowing that that's there. So like this real comfy, you can nip it with your legs, there's no sharp bits, it's just cushion. Sort of taking a step back from, I did a lot of EWSs last year, and it does take up a lot. I'm just going to sort of sit back and do a lot more jams and stuff with the boys and like just get everyone together. And it's just, I went to a BMX comp, Hastings, things just the end of last year, and I just love the vibe of like a sort of jam. Everyone's just riding and pushing each other, and like someone tries something, everyone's fired up and everyone's cheering. So we're just going to like organise. I'm excited to just organise some jams really and get all the riders from all over the world, like everyone there's so many amazing skilled riders, and just to get everyone in one place and just jam it out on some trails and notice like talent as well. There's so many talented riders from all over the world that will fire up when there's like that energy there. So yeah, just excited to see what they end up turning into really. There's going to be a few all over Europe, Canada, England, yeah. Going to do like the Andes Pacifico, Transcascadia. They're always wicked races. Like blind racing really suits me. It's just like you charge, just you know, I just love that. And you just get to meet loads of people as well. Everyone's just chilling for a beer after, and they're good. So yeah, love the trans racing. Going to do a couple of them. And EWS Tasmania, that was so fun when I last did it. Even just in between all the stages, you just had like flowy, like jibby bits and rocks, and that's just amazing there. Glenn Jacobs' team of trail builders, the masters. So yeah, excited for that one. And then just crankworks and just whatever pops up really. It's nice just to run a mixed program and just, yeah, dip your finger in all the pies. So yeah, after like this last film we did, now that we're here, we're just gonna see what we can do, just creatively, like see where we end up. So just, yeah, some full feature stuff mixed with Rat and them boys, and just, yeah, collab on some trips, and just, don't know, we always run quite loose, to be honest. Just see wherever we are, just stack clips, put some edits out, save some up. But yeah, definitely want to think about making some more longer full feature stuff. And just, shall I explain why I've got disgustingly long cables? Because I don't really get pulled up. I do have longer cables on this bike just because like I did have my front cable routed through the top tube just for bar spins. A lot of people ask how you do that without like a gyro or whatever, but yeah, if you just have like a bit extra length on the cables so it'll manage a full turn, hose through the top tube and then out the bottom and down, then you can get a bar out. But I just I've swapped front brakes, so I've not got round to bleeding it through, so that's why I've got disgustingly long cables. Don't hate. What also helps with the long hoses is if you tape them together so it's just one unit, so then when you do spin them, they're not just doing their own thing like a bird's nest. They just stay as one, and that keeps that pretty clean.